Texas's Department of Public Safety is leading the state in a new 5-year Homeland Security strategic plan. It is meant to better address evolving threats and enhance response efforts in the event of an attack or disaster. It is divided into 3 sections. First, establishing the state's vision and principles for its Homeland Security Division. It then explains the magnitude of the challenges facing the state. Lastly, it sets the goals and objectives for the next 5 years.
The strategy explicitly lists 6 goals shown there on your screen, ranging from preventing attacks to increasing capabilities in responding to one and ensuring a rapid recovery. Governor Abbott says protecting Texas from a broad range of threats and vulnerabilities is a critical mission that continues to evolve. He adds, through strong coordination and shared responsibility, we will continue to keep Texas the best state to raise a family, start a business, and live a safe and prosperous life.